What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Summer Game Fest one last time before it actually happens. Go over kind of this ultimate guide. What I want to do here, talk about, when is this thing, expectations for it, games that are confirmed, games that are not confirmed, my predictions, the whole thing. Try to make this a really cool video for you. Okay, so first thing is, when is this thing? Well, number one, where is this thing? If you want to watch it live with me, I'll be co-streaming it. I'll be going live an hour before, but it's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time or 5 p.m. Eastern. Just do the conversion in your own thing, but 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be roughly a 2-hour show, which is, I believe, factually, shorter than normal. I think they normally go around 2.5. Sometimes Game Awards can even breach the 3-hour mark, but Summer Game Fest, 2 hours. And okay, well, in terms of what we know, what Jeff has said, so he is really taking this approach to lower expectations. And I think as we go throughout this video of games that are not going to be there, that he flat out said are not going to be there, and even the confirmed games going, I think you can kind of see why. I mean, he's talked himself personally of, hey, this is a down year. Not just a down year for releases in terms of quantity and maybe even quality, depending on how you see things, but it's also a down year for this stuff as well. There's just less developers, less publishers that are interested in showing their stuff off, okay? So that's a big thing to just remember in terms of setting your own expectations. We're going to go over the lists of confirmed and not confirmed, but, when you think about tomorrow, he himself has brought down expectations, which, as I've said in previous videos, Jeff does not do that. Jeff is the ultimate hype machine in the same way that Todd Howard is for Bethesda. Jeff is for pretty much any show on planet Earth, right? And I mean, truly, all jokes aside, he pumps things up. He gets excited about his own stuff, and why wouldn't he, right? He runs the show. To put the expectations back, to say that he believes his own show is an 8 out of 10, so you don't even think your own show is a 10 out of 10 show. You think it's an 8 out of 10. That tells me that whatever you're thinking, you might want to bring it down a couple notches. Okay, so let's go through, and I'm actually going to just take from Okami. He did a nice little thread. The confirmed games coming to Summer Game Fest. So, Monster Hunter Wilds, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Metaphor, Dragon Age Sparking Zero. He throws in Alan Wake. That's not confirmed, but it's very, very, very likely. Slitterhead gameplay reveal. New entry from 2K's biggest franchises. It very much looks like it's Borderlands. We'll talk about that in a second. And then it continues. Multiple announcements from Capcom, Dune Awakening, The First Descendant, Among Us Animated Series, 2-Star Games new title, Blumhouse Games horror title, Palworld, Neva, and Honkai Star Rail. And he even says in the first one, games that are not going to be there, right? Kingdom Hearts 4, GTA 6, The Wolf Among Us 2, Judas. I also think you can add to that list Hollow Knight. I believe Jeff said that. And we know a couple more things now, right? Heavy rumor is that it's going to be Borderlands 4. That is the 2K game. We did speculate that, right? It was really between Borderlands 4, Mafia 4, and BioShock 4. The rumor is it's Borderlands, okay? So that's one thing you can probably nail in. We also have Dragon Age, number one, changing its name, but number two, being confirmed to be shown for a 15-minute kind of gameplay reveal, which is what we all wanted, but Tuesday, not at the Xbox show, not at Summer Game Fest. So for me, Hollow Knight was one that I had hoped. Not going to happen. Judas, not going to happen. Kingdom Hearts was a long shot. Not going to happen. Wolf Among Us, I don't think was a long shot. Not going to happen. Dragon Age was the one that I felt like, oh, we got this. Jeff always shows Dragon Age. Nope, they're going to do their own thing. Now, could he maybe show a trailer? I suppose, but it really seems like just Dragon Age is going to skip, this week, just on Tuesday. You'll see, quite a bit from it. Other rumored things, really besides Borderlands, the one major one I would say is Horizon, right? Lego Horizon. So this is one that is going to be like Forbidden West, but with Legos, but kind of realistic. The way people describe the game is honestly kind of weird. Also exciting, though. PS5 and PC day one. A very rare case for PlayStation to put a game like that on both day one, and it'll be shown officially on Friday or tomorrow at Summer Game Fest, and it seems like pre-orders will go live immediately when they do that. So that, to me, is the really big rumor. I have other games. I have some speculation kind of games, but in terms of the rumored ones, Lego Horizon, Borderlands 4 being that one. Alan Wake, Alan Wake's DLC has done everything possible except for say that it's going to officially be there, but everything that they're tweeting daily, they're tweeting these like cryptic hints, it's happening. You're going to get at least the first Alan Wake DLC that's going to be there, right? But, we just went through all the games that are going. I mean, just really quick kind of opinions on it. We need release dates for Kingdom Come. It'll be nice to see Metaphor again. Dragon Ball, we would need a release date on that one. Slitterhead is one that people have kind of been low-key excited for. We definitely need more info on that. The second group that he described, really a lot of them, not my cup of tea, although you do have the Capcom thing, right? So in terms of my own predictions, Capcom, a lot of people want Resident Evil 9, right? I will say no. I will say my prediction is you're not going to get Resident Evil 9 yet. But I do think, and I really hope, Pragmata. I really, really want Pragmata to be shown. I think it's time. I think, it's probably still not coming out this year, even though, they kept delaying it like every year. But then the last time they delayed it, they didn't say, they didn't give even, I believe, a year to address. So I think they're in a situation where, it's ready when it's ready. So I don't think it's coming out this year, but I do think you should show another trailer. So honestly, the more he number one, I guess, downplays things, and number two, shoots down every single game that I want to be truly, if I were to make a list, right? Judas would be on the list. Wolf Among Us would be on the list. Kingdom Hearts, Hollow Knight would be kind of like an outside one. All of these games have been shot down by him. So at this point, and Dragon Age hasn't been shot down, but it kind of has inadvertently, right? So what is he going to show? Well, you have a couple PlayStation things, and that's another one of my predictions. So not only do I think Lego Horizon, I think Lost Soul Aside is going to show up. I think it makes perfect sense. PlayStation's going. Lego Horizon would be big, but I think Lost Soul Aside is kind of just like the cherry on top. It's ready. It sounds like it's ready to honestly release. So I really think that stands a good chance to not only have a trailer, but to also give an actual release date. So I'm really, really hoping for that. I tend to try to think, okay, well, could he do Ubisoft games? I think there's a pretty okay shot you get one of Assassin's Creed or Star Wars. The thing is, Ubisoft's show is 3 days later. They normally double dip. They normally, back at E3, when there was E3, they would show Assassin's Creed 3 different times, right? And so that does happen. They're used to that. I would not be surprised if they did that here, where they maybe show gameplay for Assassin's Creed, maybe short, or maybe a trailer, and then at the Assassin's Creed show, at the Ubisoft show, maybe you go an in-depth thing. So for Ubisoft specifically, I think you got a one of two things. Xbox, I really just don't know, because Xbox shows 2 days later, right? So it's could you show Avowed? Could you show stuff like that? Maybe, maybe not. A PlayStation, we addressed it. So WB has actually, I don't even think he had that in there. So Arkham Shadow, right? That's the VR game for WB. What else? Could WB come in for anything else? Well, okay, my far out hopes for it would be Wonder Woman. I don't think that's going to happen. It's something I hope is there, but I think the odds are 0.001%. The one that I do think is possible is Quidditch Champions. I do think Quidditch Champions stands an okay shot. It's been long enough. It's supposed to be coming out eventually, right? I really think Quidditch Champions makes the most sense from WB to appear. Another kind of oddball one that really it seems like only I talk about on YouTube, Lollipop Chainsaw. So that one, it's supposed to come out this summer. We've heard updates that we're supposed to get an update very, very soon. I think it's going to appear here. I actually think it's, at this point, with Little Nightmares 3 being delayed, that was a good one, I think, to fit in this. But Lollipop Chainsaw maybe makes the most sense to appear here. It's a game that might release in the next 3 months. They haven't shown anything, in terms of, there's not a trailer. There's not a deep dive of the new gameplay or the new tweaks or enhancements. So I think that makes perfect sense to show up at an event like this. Epic Mickey is another one I actually think is pretty darn likely. Another game that's coming out later this year. Kind of a middle-sized game that kind of fits that Jeff Keighley kind of vibe, whether it's, Lollipop Chainsaw, Epic Mickey. I think that fits in the same group. So Epic Mickey I'd absolutely put in there as well. But, honestly, you have a list of maybe 12, 13, 14 games. You got a couple rumored games that are kind of slam dunks. We probably went over maybe 20 games in all. I feel like you might call it there. There might be one or two other things, but I really, you got to think in your head, 2 hours. The rumor for the Xbox show is 2.5 hours and 30 games. So you think about this, 2 hours, it's going to have ads. Xbox might not have ads. In fact, I hope it doesn't have ads. This will have ads. So you're really looking at probably an hour and a half type show, because 30 minutes of ads, hour and a half, 20 games, 2.5 hours, 30 games. Kind of lines up. I feel like you've almost gone through them. Well, again, will there be a couple surprises, maybe one or two? I think so, but I feel pretty good with what's confirmed, and even from the speculation, I feel like that's kind of the list. So we'll see how many we get right, but this might be some of the closest, I've ever gotten to these predictions. So let me know what you think in the comments. As I said, I'll be live streaming 1 hour before, so 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern time, if you're keeping track of that. And I hope to see you guys there, okay? Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I'll see you on the next one.